Bob Mills Weather Center Oklahoma weather expert, Jed Castle.
He's already messed up. Jed?
The man of the hour.
We're all in our places.
There you go.
There you are. All right.
You betcha. Good morning, guys. Hey, got a nice start out the door this morning. Let's talk about the fall foliage as we're now entering that season as we go into late September into early October. Going to show you something that's kind of interesting here. You know, there's things that factor into how beautiful will your fall foliage be. Well, in Oklahoma, it seems like there's always something going on, be it a drought, be it the heat, got storms, all kind of stuff. And you add all those together, and it can create stress on how our foliage is going to come out going into the fall. So you can see across northern parts of Oklahoma from the drought we've had over the summer. That's part of the key. Up into parts of the Midwest, that's kind of an impact on the fall foliage there. You go through central and southern parts, that also has an area of impact. You see more of a moderate to high stress across Oklahoma. So let's talk about where we're at right now as far as the fall foliage going right now. Where are we at as far as trees changing color? Really has yet to set in across Oklahoma. There are some spots starting to get a little bit of color right now, especially your maple trees, which tend to lead the way. Some maples I've actually seen have already started to lose their leaves, but most of your main natural type trees across Oklahoma, your oaks and your elms, really yet to have changed color quite yet. But you look just to our north, starting to see some color there. You go to the mountain areas, some spots there, they're now peak color right now, also up here in the northern parts of the country. Again, here in Oklahoma, fall is setting in, and that fall foliage will also begin kicking in here over the next 2 to 3 weeks. You'll start to see some big changes to that. Right now, 63 this morning, southwest winds at 5 miles per hour. Let's check the conditions here for today. 69 this morning, 86 by lunchtime today, and we'll close in on 90 about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Bright sunshine on the way. Like we had yesterday, nice mild start, hot afternoon is on the way. Ragweed, we're checking that right now. Ragweed is the main story. It was very high to alert level on Friday, and yesterday, again, also in the alert status. We also have some mold spores, also some trees and some grasses that are having some pollens as well. So filling it here this morning, there's a good reason for that. If your kids have allergies too, might give them some medicine and get them out the door. Otherwise, you need to stay climate controlled in these type of conditions, and always taking a shower or two during the day helps wash that pollen off of you. Certainly makes you feel better. Okay, 50s and 60s here starting out this morning. It's a quiet start. Humidity really has come down. The dew points have really dropped off. Still a few spots in the low 60s right now, but most locations have bottomed out now in the 50s or 40s, and that's that more pleasant air that is now nosed into Oklahoma. Where it does feel very humid and very tropical, that's down in the Atlantic, South Atlantic right now. Watching Philippe. Philippe is a tropical storm. It is headed west. Not looking for this to make a hurricane status, but it's going to stay tropical storm status. Air above this tropical system is not favorable for a lot of development, but it will gradually weaken, though, as it moves into the western Atlantic. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, so we'll continue to monitor this. Sometimes they can drop down and then pick back up, and as it moves toward the U.S. coastline, that's something we're certainly going to monitor closely. Right now, highs today topping out 80s, low 90s all the way across Oklahoma. Some 60s overnight tonight, and as we go into tomorrow, more 80s, more low 90s all the way. Now, remember, our daytime highs on average are gradually dropping off, and now as we head through fall, so we're now at 81 on average. So getting to 90, that's about 10 degrees above where we should be. And that pattern will keep going. Some upper 80s, some low 90s on the way as October begins. Coming up this Sunday, look for a dry pattern taking us for this week on into early parts of October.